Happy Friday, everybody. It's Old School Nerd. We are back. Tommy Johansson Friday. Tommy's chat room is going off. They're watching this song. We're going to go ahead and tell them goodbye so we can do a reaction to it. This one is one from my childhood and from a lot of your childhood. Starships, We Built This City. Tommy is in New York with Mandy, and she's shooting this video with him. I remember when We Built This City came out, and at that time I was kind of going into kind of a rock phase. I was really into Van Halen, and I was starting to get into, like, I had heard my first Metallica song, and I was starting to get into more of the rock part of MTV, because we're in America, we had MTV. That was where we got all of our music videos. And I remember this song coming on, and I was like, it has a really, really good vibe to it, but I found it to be I wasn't into pop as much. And what I didn't know was that Starship went back a long way. Like, before Starship, they were like Jefferson Starship, and they did like huge rock concerts and festivals back in the 70s. And I didn't know that as a kid. I just thought they were just Starship, that they didn't have an iteration before them. Similar to Heart. Heart in the 80s was that glam synth metal, but back in the 70s, they were kind of a rough and tumble, like a folky rock style, bluesy rock. Yeah, these bands kind of reinvent themselves. So we're going to go back to 1985 here. Are you ready? Well, not 1985. It's 2026. Tommy's in New York. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1.
Say you don't know me or recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Kneeling in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways, eating up the night. My corny place to mama, listening to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city.
All right, I do want to stop it real quick. Don't worry, I'll go back and play. I will go back and play the chorus. I just want to make sure. Okay, this is probably one of the better versions of this, because I do enjoy versions of this when they're remade. This one has that kind of rock metal vibe, but because Tommy is from Sweden, you guys do kind of a pop metal better than really anybody. And so I really enjoy this. Really cool thing. There was a band from New York that made a cover of this, but in punk. And it was like almost triple time. It was super fast, really choppy punk. It was pretty cool. Okay, this is the second time that Tommy is in Central Park showing West Avenue, going towards Manhattan. You see these really tall buildings here? They're all built by the same company. And this one's being built here. These are apartments. See how skinny they are? They're actually they're unlimited lots, so they literally go straight up. And I always thought like some of the most expensive apartments are in this building right here on the right, like something like $20 million. There's a 3-story apartment near the top of this, and I think this one's gonna be just as expensive, and so are these. But they're like 3-story or 2-story apartments where they go up and down, because there's no room side to side or front to back, right? So it's literally vertical. Some of the most expensive apartments in New York are in these buildings they're building. Here's the thing. I'm looking at those going, how do they not get just blown over in a wind? A really strong storm, I'm thinking, it's got to move, right? Like, no. Anyway, so yeah, I saw these buildings and I thought, you know what? I wanted to mention that, but I do love the videos. I think Mandy did a great job. I really enjoyed this a lot. Mandy did a good job. Okay, Mandy, okay. All right, cool. I knew the song came out in 1985. I was wondering, I saw they went to Brooklyn. I saw I've been to New York a couple times, so I know they were in Brooklyn for those lower ends. There's Carnegie Hall across the street. Interesting. So anyway, I'm enjoying the song. When I saw those apartment buildings, I want to make sure you guys, if you didn't know, those are apartment buildings that are that tall and that skinny. And yes, I'm thinking, have they not blown over yet? Right? It boggles my mind. Anyway, let's go.
You remember, we built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Someone's always playing corporation games. Who cared at all? We're changing corporation names. We just want to dance here. Someone stole the stage. They call us irresponsible. Brought us off the page. Marconi plays the mama. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember?
Okay, so they're really going to like all the famous spots. If you paid attention earlier, he was in front of the Ghostbusters building, which was a little firehouse. He was there. I'm sure he was excited about that. In the background, you saw some of the other buildings. One of the buildings was from the John Wick movies, the building that they used to represent the Continental, which is on that angular corner in the 5 Points. That is also from the Continental, filmed in New York. He had they went to he wasn't at Yankee Stadium or Met Stadium. So please, the baseball field they were at was for Xavier University. Roma's Pizzeria. There's a lot of spots in Brooklyn, Little Italy, and also on the other side near Harlem, you can go to Chinatown too. So some of the best Italian food. And so he's hit, I'm almost certain Tommy did some research about some famous spots they get shots of. They were on the Brooklyn Bridge. So Tommy did his research. It wasn't just big city. They're trying to catch those famous spots that you're like, oh, that's where that is? Yeah, that's where that is. So there you go. Like for the John Wick movies, people don't realize that the Continental is an actual building in New York. It really is a real building. So anyway, let's keep going.
We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. It's just another Sunday in a tired old street. Police have got the shock hold. The wheels lost the beat. Who counts the money underneath the bar? Who rides the wrecking ball into all guitars? Don't tell us you need us, 'cause we're shaped of fools looking for America, coming through your schools. I'm looking out on that Golden Gate Bridge on another gorgeous sunny Saturday. I've seen the operative bumper crowd. Don't you remember? It's your favorite train station. It's your favorite train station. The city by the bay, the city in the front, city that's down the street. Corny plays the mamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember?
He's saying lines to famous movies that all of you might know. Like he's at the church for National Treasure, The Secret Lives with Charlotte. Here's Cat's Deli. That's world famous. He went to Nathan's Coney Island, which is where Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Of course, the Ghostbusters building. All those sayings are from different movies that are themed or filmed in New York. Tommy did a really good job of the research on this. Also, a lot of the places he went to, I could tell you right now, if you don't have a helicopter, all the spots he's shown so far, there's no way he's filming all of that in one day. A lot of those places are literally an hour or so apart from each other, and they're all in the same city. Whether it be subway or taxi or whatever, a lot of it is, you got to use the subway for a lot of it. But yeah, like Cat's Deli and Nathan's hot dog place, he's showing them back to back on the video, and then he's showing the cathedral down in Lower Manhattan near the Battery, one of the oldest buildings in New York. Those three locations are literally hours apart from each other, because one's in Brooklyn, one's in Queens, and one's in Lower Manhattan. And if you ever look at how far apart those places are, even though they're all within like a 20 square mile area, to get to them, it's a lot. So I don't know how many days him and Mandy were in New York, but they put in the work. Not only did he know where to go to find spots, and he did his research, you know, because he wants to do all the tags from movies and all these spots. He had to plot out how to get to all those spots and plan it out. Because if you just randomly try to find them and stuff, you could be there for a week. I mean, it took me almost 4 days to find Cat's Deli one time. I didn't realize where it was. It's like it's not in like a place where you're going to just see it. Somebody, like it's like around the corner, and then behind like a warehouse building. You're like, oh, it's right here, and they're like, yeah, it's right here. It's not like out in front of a main street. So anyway, it's just I'm listening, I'm watching this, and as much as I love the song, I just want to let all of my friends in Team Tommy that are from Europe, that've never been to New York before, him and Mandy did a lot of work to make this video. Just traveling around it's a lot of work. They've been everywhere. Good job.
We built this city around and roll. This city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
That's awesome. Oh,
Wise men say, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for a late pizza.
nice. So Tommy did all of his pop culture references, and that's awesome. Great work, dude. For those of you who see all these different bridges and you're like, which one's the Brooklyn Bridge? Well, the one on the left, the one that looked more heavier brick, more heavier stone, that's the Brooklyn. But here's the thing. People don't realize that Manhattan is just Manhattan. New York City is 5 boroughs. And what I mean by boroughs, they're cities amongst themselves. And you have Queens and Brooklyn, Harlem, Manhattan, you have Staten Island, Long Island. And Long Island is that long island that people see on a map. They don't realize that's not New York, that's Long Island. And at the lower end, you have Queens and Brooklyn and Staten Island. But then you also have this smaller island between New York, New Jersey. It's like on a map, it's New York, New Jersey. And then there's an island that comes right here. That's Manhattan. Then there's another island that's called Long Island here. So amongst all of those, so there's like 7 bridges that cross the Hudson and the Sound to go across. Then you have, I don't know how many lines it is now, but there's 6 major subway lines and multiple various offshoots that cross between them, multiple tunnels to go under the rivers. So it's not just that New York is a giant city amongst itself, but there are literally 2 bodies of water that separate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boroughs, and then New Jersey, which isn't part of New York, it's just New Jersey. So basically there's 6 main regions, and to get to them, you have to cross bodies of water, whether it be by bridge, subway, ferry, tunnel. It's a lot. It's an adventure. So yeah. And here's the thing. The spots that Tommy and Mandy went to are all over the different places. So if you're looking at Times Square, that's in Midtown Manhattan. Central Park is in Midtown. When you're looking at the Battery and Rockefeller Center, you're going more towards Lower Manhattan, towards the Battery and where the World Trade Center used to be, and that's on the southern tip of Manhattan Island. If you go up, now you go the streets going north are numbered 1 all the way to 180th Street or something. Once you get above 105th, you start getting into Harlem, going northeast, and then you go out to Queens and Brooklyn, and a lot of the spots that people think are in New York are actually in Queens or Brooklyn. And yeah, it's a really cool city. What you can do is get on Google Maps and just start typing in where, like, Statue of Liberty, Yankee Stadium, Times Square, Cat's Deli, start typing in places that are pop cultural places and start watching Google drop pins, and then zoom out to see how far apart they are. And then you realize they did a lot of walking. This is pretty impressive. All right, everybody. Appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you so much. Of course, I'm not gonna miss these, So we'll see you in 2 weeks. And of course, next Friday I'll have something for you, of course. But yeah, I'm glad Tommy was here for this. And I don't know if you were like me. I think he didn't get this to the live premiere. Pop-up for live premiere wasn't until what, just like 15 minutes before it was premiering. So I was wondering there for a little bit. I know some of you were like ready, but I was like, did I get up and he didn't post it? But here we are. He did. So anyway, thank you, Tommy. Great job. You and Mandy did an awesome job. And with that, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this smoke ball together. We'll see you later.